Hey, Ash here from Quoter, and today I want to walk you through our contract management feature. What you're seeing in front of me here is our Kanban board that helps you stay on top of all of your contracts, agreements, onboarding documents, or other documents that you need your end customer to agree to. As you can see, there are several statuses that a document can be in. First of all, we have templates. These allow you to pre-build from a PDF a document that you want to send on a regular basis. Additionally, with our templates, you can connect a quote template to a document template and have documents automatically be created and sent to your end customers every time a quote is accepted from that quote template. Moving now into the statuses of documents. When you create a new document, it starts in a draft status. From there, if you send it to one or more recipients, it will move to the sent status, and this recipient icon will let you know all of the people that have received the document and have actions waiting on them. As individuals complete their required actions, you'll see that the recipient icon changes to a state where some but not all of the recipients have completed their actions. This is represented by the single green individual and the gray individual behind them. If a document expires before all of the recipients have completed their actions, it will move to the expired column and you will be informed by email. Once all recipients have completed their actions, the document will move to an executed status. Now, generally, that might mean that the term is active as well, in which case a process will run and within minutes, the document will move to a term active status. You'll see that all recipients have completed their actions always in the term active status. You'll also see a nice timeline view of the point in time when the document became active and when the document will have its term ended and will move into the term ended column. You'll receive notifications by email every time a document changes status. So when the term becomes active, the sender will receive an email notification, as well as the recipients will also receive an email notification. That will also be the case when the term ends. In order to easily manage your contracts, we've created saved filtered views. As an example of a saved filtered view, you can set a relative date filter on when the term of a document can end. So let's say you want to be aware of any documents that have a term that's going to end in the next 30 days. And this is relative to today's date. We'll save that, and then also we'll save a filtered view of that. Now, whenever you bring up your contracts, you can quickly, in a single click, access all of your documents where the term is going to end in the next 30 days. This gives you a very easy way to stay on top of documents and make sure nothing slips through the cracks. Let's take a quick look at the document editor. I have this document here that's set up to automatically send when one or more of my quote templates has been accepted, or a quote generated from a quote template has been accepted. I'll just go in and edit this to show you the editor view. On the left-hand side here, we have all of your thumbnails of the different pages. You can click on those to jump to that page. You can modify the expiry date, number of days from sent. You can modify the term here as indefinite or a set number of months after the active date. You can modify the name, obviously. You can view the different recipients that are on the document. And you can obviously choose a role and add fields to the document as well. Let's say we wanted another field here for initials. We'll drag the initials field over, move it under, adjust the size a little bit there, and we'll just put, we don't need to change the placeholder text. Initials here is fine. So as simple as that, you can move around these different components, modify their placeholder text if needed. If it is a date field where the individual really shouldn't be entering the date, but the date they signed should be captured and populated on the document, then you can use this checkbox down here to tell the system that's how it should work. And when you're ready to send a document, you would leave your template, generate a document from that template. However, this one is set to auto send. So you may have noticed the recipient in this document, one of the recipients was the quote recipient. So that's how we connect the person details on the quote to the recipient details on the document. I'll just jump into this example here and create a new document from this one. This is a better example of a manually sent document that you would want to get completed. On here, we can see we have two different recipients. We have our client, we have our internal CEO. All you really have to do is click send as long as you're sure that the document's set up how you want it with all the fields that you need. And when you click send, you can modify the email here. We have a few different merge tokens you can use. You could modify the internal CEO data if needed, but this was saved on the template to save time when sending documents that are created from this template. Then you do need to assign your client. So we'll click assign recipient. We'll just put in my details here, throw in the company name, and click save. Now we click next and the document will be sent. You're taken back to the Kanban view. You can see after refreshing that the MSA is now in the sent column. Emails will have been triggered to all recipients. Again, once they complete those signatures or filling out the required data, that will move through to either executed or term active, depending on how the document is configured. And then you'll see the document flow through to term active and term ended as needed. Additionally, you can track your MRR, ARR, one-time price or cost, really value of the business on the document as well. And your term will be used to calculate your total contract value. Heading down here, you can see how this would work. So we got MRR of $500 a month. ARR calculates out at 6,000. This automatically is editable here. So if you change this to 1,000, it will update your ARR right away. You've got one time in there as well. You can see your total contract value, which is calculated based on the term. Okay, I followed the link in my email. Now I'm seeing the public view of this document that I need to complete. I will consent to use electronic documents. However, it's worth noting that we do allow the individual to complete manually or decline. What this does is it basically takes it out of the system and you'll be expected to have that individual download, print, sign, and scan the document. They will need to provide a reason and you'll be emailed that reason so that you can follow up and track the completion of this document outside the system. Obviously, we want to discourage that. We want them to take advantage of the efficiency gains through electronic document completion. And so we encourage them to check the box to agree to use electronic records and signatures, and they confirm their intent to sign the document. Then they continue. And similar to our editor view, they do have thumbnails along the right-hand side here. It is responsive as well to smaller devices where that will disappear and they will just see the full document to make the best use of the screen real estate. They can also use this interface down here to move to the next action they need to take. However, we do want them to read the entire document as well. Then here they can put in their signature and fill out the required other information. So a note here that the date is pre-filled with today's date. It cannot be edited. That was the checkbox that we added to the date component in the editor before sending this document. Just quickly type in my name here and my title and finish. So you can see it's easy as that. Really, we're trying to make the customer experience as positive, seamless, and efficient as possible, and trying to also make the administrative interface modern, easy to use, easy to learn, and functional for all the problems that we're trying to solve with this feature. Hope this gives you a good overview of the feature. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to our partner success or sales team for more information.